Good morning, www.andrewmarkmusic.com. This is part 4 of 12 of the Winter Solstice Golden Rule series. I'll preface it by talking a little bit about myself and my history. I was raised in Canada, apparently right in the center, born right in the center of North America, in Winnipeg. And what's really interesting to me about that is the Winnipeg provincial house, the building, is a replicant of the Temple of Jerusalem. And right in the middle of it, there's this black star. I think it's an 8-sided star. And I just find that really, really relevant to my life. But that's another blog post. By the time 1979 came around, I'm 19 years old, and I just knew, I was working for one of the big banks, and I just knew they were evil. I just knew that something was terribly, terribly wrong with the society that I was living in. Little things like not being able to breathe anymore in Toronto at the time certainly added to that. I gave everything away in 1979 and decided to go on my own personal quest to search for the nature of reality. I was raised in a secular culture, so I am still attached to my secular roots. I don't deny that. But I am a theist. I am a spiritualist. I am an idealist. This came about through the use of LSD. When I took my first hit of LSD in 1979, I became an instant theist. Prior to that, God meant nothing to me. It wasn't even on my radar. I could have looked at a church and told you nothing about what it was or what it was meant to be for humans. Of course, culturally, I thought Charlton Heston was Moses, just like I was educated about World War II by Bob Crane, So there's the cultural aspect of it. I would say cultural indoctrination. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. I have had multiple profound spiritual experiences that have, altered the way I perceive life. But I'm a rare person who's also has a faculty of being able to step back from my experiences and analyze them in an objective way, and sort of become unattached to my biases. And I don't think very many people have been able to do that on this earth. So if I have a rare quality, I would say that's it. Okay, so the Golden Rule, Winter Solstice, number 4. The last day of 3 days of darkness in the northern hemisphere as the sun sits in the constellation Capricorn and will soon begin its journey back across the sky on December 25th to the Spring Equinox at Easter. The sun god, Ra, rabbis, the hot desert priests who naturally incorporated nature into their traditions. Interestingly enough, the yarmulke also symbolizes something, the magical wonders of certain plants which alter human consciousness, usually opening perception to types of God consciousness via Entheogens. We might add also that the desert tribes followed the moon cycles, and this was personified as Isis. So we have Ra. If we go back to Egypt, we'll see a hint of the first monotheism wherein Isis is also Ra. Now this might be a good time to ask why Israel is named after Egyptian gods and goddesses, and why Antinomian Gnostic Kabballists, what I consider lawlessness, spiritual lawlessness, puts Egyptian symbolism in all their power centers on Earth. This is all perfectly natural to merge nature into religious tradition. The sun and the moon, the stars, good and evil, day and night, male and female. And then came Babylon, the turning of natural shamanic religion into social political institutions of power and control. Please study The Babylonian Woe by David Astle. Chi, C-H-R-I-S-T, the natural life energy of Earth symbolized in the yin and yang symbol of the East. This is also Christos and Sophia of Gnostic Christianity. What does all this have to do with the Golden Rule? Well, nature always strives for equilibrium and balance, and in thinking beings like men and women, this would naturally, intelligently play itself out in a social sphere as care of the other. Allow me a moment of personal metaphysical speculation. On higher planes of existence, coercion and exploitation are non-existent. It's because of this that the unnecessary coercion and exploitation of humanity, especially by religion, but now by the new religion of money, power, and greed, what I call the god cash, are so destructive to life. Yes, we've lost our way by following two maladaptive power structures, state religion and modern finance, which has reduced humanity and other life forms to nothing more than objects of financial exploitation. This is AndrewMarkMusic.com, Part 4 of the Golden Rule series on the Winter Solstice 2018. Peace out.
Up this morning, I look down the tracks. There ain't no